Breathe. Can you do that? Can you really do that? Breathe. Do you know what it feels like to really inhale and exhale? What is the meaning of life? What is it all about? Why are we here? Where did we come from? What would you do with it if you knew? Exhale. Inhale. Breathe again. Somebody should have put compassion as a commandment, because we all need compassion. It's the most important thing of all. It should be like a ritual. Don't hesitate, just do it. It would be the answer to all calls, all flaws. No need to talk about anybody. No need to put anyone down. Because we really on the same level. Maybe just not the same staircase. There are different realms, different seasons for different pleasings. Sit back and inhale as I give you this naked conversation. To describe what I remember, it soothes my soul. I know what it feels like. I still remember. I still know what it feels like. What I felt, what it felt like to be in that moment. I have been in that moment forever. It feels like a moment of pure joy, love, ecstasy, and bliss. Can you imagine all them things at once? I feel it, I know. The personification of all things on a fast track, headed for a collision, but with no fear. Just there on pause, yet moving. Hot, yet cooling. It was peaceful, yet not quiet. It was vibrant, yet monotone. It was colorful, yet it was white. It was a time that can't be measured by words, actions, or explanations. But yet I'm still trying to give it to you, though. It is what we live for, what we chase. It is what we cannot erase. Diagnose me if you wish. I have diagnosed myself many times. I keep constantly going back to love is divine. How does it feel to know that many are unaware that they receive this mind-blowing high in heaven? They are catatonic to the facts. We spend all earthly life chasing a high like this unless you learn the truth. In the beginning, we were released like flocks, trying our best to fly free into our destiny. Can you believe that? Have you ever had that permanent feeling that there is something missing in your life? This enormous presence, like a giant elephant in the room, but he's only concrete. He's not just big, he's solid as a rock. Would you like to know what that is? I know you want to hear all about that, but let me get back to me. Can we? See, truly my story is yours and yours is mine. It's like taking a jigsaw puzzle and throwing it in the air. We all catching different pieces, yet it fits the same puzzle. Something clearly that differs between the stars and this happening, this movie. Yeah, this movie. I'm going to clarify. Don't worry. No, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. I might need to hold that back. Back to my point. There was no speaking there, yet there was plenty of communication. Talking, laughing, and even loving. There were no things abstract, concrete, or otherwise. Nothing to stumble over or be distracted. A communication with a few. Really, it was one with many all at once. We seemed to be almost omnipresent. No turning of the heads or distractions. All at once in a minute. An entire lifetime. A moment, all the same, forever was the name of the game. I had it beyond good. I wasn't looking for better. Some would say it was heaven, yet I do not remember it being called that. It was home. It was the heart, the soul, the mind. One thing, one conglomeration pulsing, no egos, no separations, no thrashing, not meaning among people. We weren't people, we were souls. That in itself is more than you can hold. When I said no separation, I'm speaking of if we disconnect, any part of you here will die. If not a full death, a partial one, because you will feel disconnected beneath the sun. Ra. To feel you are one, never any separatism, never any disconnect, to be at peace. Within this arena, you must either fully remember where you truly originated or learn the truth by this journey, what we call life, and its many episodes. Let's talk about my purpose. I was a high angel among a group of angels. Yes, we were children, and I knew a lot, yet I wanted to know more. I wanted to say why and why again when I wasn't playing. I remember I was running, laughing, playing, but I was always still saying why. When my mission led me here, it led me here. I saw my destination, yet weren't revealed to life's fortifications. They would have had to drag me from that haven, kicking and screaming, yet I didn't arrive gracefully. I sure enough was bobbing and weaving, running saying, I'm not leaving. I met my mother before I met my mother. I said, she looks sweet. What does she need with me? God said you will find out on your journey through life and through learning. Unmoved by this tapestry, as I saw its weavings, I couldn't find my benefit in arriving. My maker, could he be jiving? Defiant yet quiet, I screamed no, holding on as they pushed me to go. Coming here didn't seem to cater to our known flow. Compromising, I would not be ranked without my soul. As I entered, they screamed, let go, let go, let go. I descended to earth, nothing but tears. My only question was, why am I here? Minor scoldings for minor things were enough to make wells spring. We have been filled with rivers and seas. Instead of replenishing, I tried to become a drought by the age of 3. My tormented moments, could this be hell? I knew it was not. The safety of other angels filled my heart. I died each day we were apart. Not because we were close, yet I felt complete, because they were a part of me. Some of you will never remember because of regret. You hanging on to life itself like it's your wealth. It's nothing. Please know to stop. Listening to your ego. Don't wait until the flesh dies to believe. Last moment sets you free. When will you learn this is not important? The body, that is. The soul is who runs this party. And if you don't understand, let me explain. When you break and eat bread, You have energy from nutrients to go farther. Yet the soul can take you any place you desire to go. This body is a distraction. It's just for show. Let me pause and give you a trinket so you can rethink this. This poem says a lot. It's called Open to the Truth. Is your ego ready to let your soul have its way and not just assume the role in an unseen place? Is it willing not to be manipulative and tell anyone involved, "You're not ready. This is way too hard"? Since when did all things that we desire become things of ease? Not even the labor from when babies were birthed to the lemonade we make to quench our thirst. Splendid am I, who is able to see the quantified truth in me. Being open to truth won't throw you aloof. It will give you the groundwork in terms of what you can do. Fascinated by the facets, you can't help but to react to it. It takes more time to shut down the awareness of the powers that be than to try to configure ways to hide and conceal the truth that will set you free. Being obligated to her means no dealing with lies. Who said you would like what you see? Just know if you really knew the truth, you wouldn't desire what you eat. So with this disclaimer, everything within you isn't sweet. Don't persecute yourself when you see the unimaginable. You made you with your journey, so this definitely isn't any scandal. You already been through it, so why is it so hard to handle? It's imperative that you acknowledge something that you know, greater than any other being. Open up to all your possibilities is all I'm saying. I can give you the definition of me. Yes, the definition of me. But open up to all of your possibilities. Spirit feel like the angels have embodied me. Hopeful like a praying mother. Faith filled. I've been resurrected again and again. Anointed like oils run from my hands. Deep like infinity. You are unable to fathom the structures of my mind. In the Trinity I dabble, compose like a statue in the wind. Smile so wonderful I came to win. Glow in my presence like I am the dream. My soul is a preacher with a mighty sermon. My evolution is a total enlightenment, yet steadily learning. Mega enriches, style profound. My focus is my future, uplifting all that are down. But my map dictates, stops in the past, testimony to ease, others' pain. Yet I'm all gassed up to make the future last, regardless of any stains. My poise is given and my time bountiful. My words are edgy and historical. My voice hilarious and so intoxicating. My essence is revealing, my heart so humble. No ego, not bossy, but forgiving. I am sweet, patient, peaceful. The definition of me, permanent, not seasonal. See, we all need a reason to believe, so we will feel unconquerable as we breathe. Breathe. Let me pause with another trinket, if you please. My gifts to you, if you believe. This is called Be Not of the Flesh, Be Not Possessed. Have you ever felt the spirit? Have you ever gotten acquainted with your soul? It has some powerful markings that have never been foretold. Have you had troubles that resemble your mother's or your father's? Demons on a boat previously charted, sailings from one ancestry line to the next. Before you know it, all things connect. Didn't have to be this way, I profess. Could have unhanded negativity with no sweat. Some don't believe in any form of prayer, not even of acts and vibrations to be moved, holding on to the worst like it's a great groove. There's a reason for every bit of madness, a claim ticket for every tone of sadness, and you believe not mountains can move or that trees can bow? So you believe not that in your own life change can come about. Be not a prisoner of liquids or meats. Bread of truth is what you need. Be not consumed by sorcery or fantasy. Be not caught up in feelings or sexual verbs. Your soul is so much more than what you've ever heard. As things fall and space destroyed, it's because your soul has been ignored. What chapter are you missing altogether? You can't replace what's been lost forever. Most elements in life biblically ring true, but the true meaning of spirituality is greater than what anybody can tell you. Being evenly yoked, it has its perspectives. Get your mind right, and we will be fluently connected. We've been consumed with fantasy, the TV, knowing not positive reality. We've been drowned with the games, and as our men and boys play these things, then we wonder why we are just so ashamed, detached and confused and heartless. Loving each other is what we forget. We are over religions and belief, not understanding if you don't know the truth, how it can fault you. Hey, I wrote this to magnify our circumstances so the truth will exalt you. Possessed by the clippings of life, most can't define wrong from right. We started the battle, yet we need a war. Isn't humankind worth fighting for? Allow prayer and mantras to enter as we divide these fleshly splinters. Upon this meditation, we all will be centered. Marinate over this for a minute. Are you in it to win it? What reality should I spill first? Okay, is this a dream? Do you think this is a dream? Dreams are the ones that are real. And life is the fake stuff. I know some days you feel as if you've been cursed, yet stay in the limits of love. Know your worth. I don't want to throw you off course with all these poetry and phrases, put you in a maze, though we all within this puzzle, within codes and links, flows and symbols, shifting tides, cutting back and forth before our eyes. Hey, don't keep it hidden from your mind. If you refuse to see it because you don't want to go that deep, I will set off an alarm like a hurricane storm. If you choose to ride with that vibe, imagine that we arrived here in the beginning for one simple purpose, and something shifted and decided, let's do something different. If we all had to choose right now, within this moment, to go for everlasting peace, love, joy, riches, and highs, would you choose that? I bet you all would. I bet you would gravitate toward that. Yes, I would. Well, what if the angel said, follow me, leave this earth? What would you do? Undeniably, some of you would say, give me life. I am not leaving. I want my car, my money, my wine, my women, my song. I am not leaving here. Don't get it twisted. Brains mechanically just shifted, tuned out at some point, like I'm talking about dying or something. No. All I'm saying is you can foster all of the desires of the wind within this place if you stop being distracted. What are distractions? They can be anything. Money, homes, cars, TVs, lies, people, naked people. All of those things. Now, I am not perfect, yet that which I am trying to carve in front of you. It's what I know to be true. This is a perfect example. Matter of fact, let me give you more than one. Can you fathom that a man that has not eaten in 14 days in America will be hungrier than a man that has not eaten 14 days in another country? What you saying? You saying that don't make sense? The man in America has many more distractions to why he isn't fed here. It is so much more than food all around him that deepens his suffering. The man who is used to this emptiness won't last long because he's used to it, but because his pain spin into nirvana type moments where all things seem the same everywhere. There are no distractions. Most of us have missed these great teachings. Living in a place that fills us with distractions, we disrespect our elders, disregard their wisdom, and even a man on the corner, we feel we can't learn anything from him. Now, how would you feel to know that he could give you the world? If you would just link up and drop your entire extra baggage from your shoulder and simply say thank you that we are able to exist, there would be an unstoppable amount of riches beyond belief kicking down your door. Our brothers and sisters in the East have the same amount of power as we do, yet their gratefulness and humbleness can light candles with their mind with no stems. We all need each other. We all need each other. Before I came to earth, there was no distraction, not from the flowers, the bees, the birds, or anything, because we knew we all belonged together, and we weren't trying to kill or hurt each other or get rid of anything. Here we do. Kill this, kill that, kill the grass, kill the bees, kill everything. And then you wondering why things went wrong. So in other words, you are saying you are not grateful. This is why things are going wrong in your life. God, you are telling God, why has he made things complicated for you when he made things perfect for you? When I arrived here, I couldn't stand it. It wasn't home. It wasn't my place. No eternal bliss and peacefulness. I thought Earth was some type of asylum, and everybody had gotten loose. It was the craziest thing ever. My mother would stop and say, "Stop staring at people." Wow, I could not help it. I was staring all the time. I thought there was something seriously wrong in this place. And that was so long ago. Oh God, that was so long ago. I've improved. I have really improved. You can be here on earth and be on a different level than someone else. It's okay. It's okay to be different. See, he meant for us to help each other so the flow would go more graciously. If we all did our part, what a spiritual experience it would be. There would be no hunting for love or fighting, trying to spend our entire life trying to mess someone else's up. Some of you all go all out just to worship regularly. And you don't like certain types of this, certain types of that, certain types of people. But you may pretend to. Well, I'm going to tell you, God knows all things. And you are not fooling God. And the ones who are the exact opposite of everything that God represents, you have used versions of the truth and you have distorted them. He wanted earth. He wanted everything thereof. He wants all gratification and worship for himself. He is your God. In a sense, when you refuse the simple truths, you have refused him. You might as well, you say, you have a God already. You got a leader. You got Facebook. You got food. You got clothes. You got cars. You got fancy weave. Those are your gods. I'm not saying don't use them. I'm just speaking of the worship, the addiction. When something becomes too much, it's unhealthy. Now, plants, every creature ever made, belongs to humans. They are here for us and we are here for them. They are like links, miniature chains and snapbacks, double-laced sneakers holding us together. Picture millions of different colors of spools and threads here. Can you picture that? Someone has thrown them in a zillion different directions. Well, they are here. You just can't see them. Leading from one thing to another. And we walk through them daily. Through those threads, we are connected. Everything is connected. All living things. Our egos and pride and anger try to disrupt everything, and we act as if we don't want it to work. But God wants all things to glide and vibe together. When you separate yourself from any living thing, human, animal, spiritual, soulful, or nature, you are preventing your blessing from arriving. Listen here. You are pushing your blessings farther away. It doesn't matter what color our brethren are. We are family. So don't push them away because you don't like their religions and so on and so forth. Well, to be honest, their connections are deeper to him than ours are. Supposedly Christian churches, teachings deal with more spirituality. No, they don't. The chi, the teo, all of these things, they help us to survive. I want us to speak on color. Take this to the head. I saw no color. At least I can remember I never saw no color. I remember being bright like a light, but I never saw no color. We were smiling and shining continuously, just bright beams of light. Well, I saw different colored souls. Souls, not human skin, souls moving around, not being housed by the body. I saw golden yellow, green, with some slight remnants of red and orange. I saw a blue one. I saw a cinnamon-looking one. I saw so many souls, but I didn't see just colored human beings. Hey, I guess I saw the souls of a different light, meaning different statues, different statuses, and I did see angels. Remember, we just have to be grateful for each moment. We continually stop to discourage others, talking about one another. Don't do that. You're putting a limit on your blessing. See, we were golden. We were perfection as we entered. We were centered. Then with each step, each sound, each remembrance of who we were, we have toned everything down. And we have turned this world all the way up. Have you witnessed how people try and meditate, but they can't because they just got loud religious stuff going on in their mind? Too many questions. You have to drop the overtones. You can't play that game. You got to stop playing. You got to become unengaged in this world. You got to stop being entrapped in this world. You have to become God. God is you. You think it's two, but you are one. Most people don't recognize the facts. The rich are very accomplished people. They have a few things in common. They listen, they're intuitive, and they gut check all the time. If it doesn't feel right, best believe me, they won't be doing it. Most citizens of this world, they hear their inner selves talking. They feel very intuitive, yet they always mess up by going with the heart. See, the heart is always in the moment. Your heart is only supposed to be for pumping and circulating blood, for the human element of you. Tell that heart to move over to the side. Your soul got this. Be quiet and let the inner you speak. That's almost as good as God standing in front of you and giving you direction. The place where God and everyone lives, there's a supreme connection. Your affiliation with the stars, the angels, the guides, it does not end when we arrive. You just stop being aware of it as you walk through this noisy world and become distracted by everything in it. Yet some of you sisters and brothers, you constantly hear your God self, your greater self speaking, and yet you don't answer. You constantly make the wrong choices, and there go the explosions. Sometimes you know you should have done the opposite thing, and you should have listened. Listen, I could tell you so much it would blow your mind, but I'm trying to keep it real on this episode. And as you sit and hear yourself saying, what is she talking about? Turn that little guy up. Yes, turn him up. Turn him up louder like he a radio. If you do what your soul requests, you will be richer, wiser, smarter, larger than life. You already are. You just got squished. You just got squished and put in this little old body. You don't understand that your favorite hoop stars, musicians, talk show people, clothing company people, They all listen to their respective God selves. God selves. Do you get that? The God within them, which is merely just your soul speaking. How profound is he that he is in the world and also in you, and he is present at all times? The more they listen, the more profound the conversation. The more profound the conversation becomes with themselves. And then the conversations change within them to other people, and everything starts to change. And once you know it, the whole world has become richer. You all are screaming to be rich, and you won't even do what it takes. You're not even willing to stop worshiping every piece of technology, every game, everything that generally exists outside of you in order to worship what really works for you inside of you. You all are in need. You are in need of a definite change. God made you like him. Once you were star seeds who lived with him until you arrived here and you thought alike. You had the same wisdom, the same happiness, the same power. Okay, now I know a few folks with the Bible trying to raise their hand. Put it down, put it down. Listen here. God is not in the church. God is omnipresent. That means that God is everywhere. What makes you think that if you in the middle of a strip club, or any club for that matter, or if you at your brother's house trying to lay the smack down on his wife, you think God said, I'm not going there. Brother, I'm going to stay outside. No, God is everywhere. God is with the low, and he is with the lonely. He is with the high, and he is with the middleman. See, they here on earth have tricked the sinners into believing that God leaves you at a period of time in your life. He is there, especially at your worst. How else do you get to be raised from the depths of whatever realm of hell you may be in at that time? God did not let you be on earth to wait until flesh comes to die just to enjoy things. He meant for you to enjoy something now, yet you don't feel you can be a Christian and enjoy life. You feel you got to die and go to heaven to do that. No. First of all, only by grace were you picked to live. Only by grace were you picked to reside where you are. Only by grace were you picked to be born in that certain area to that certain family. Second of all, God is not religion. That is man's concept. God is spirituality. But really, he is bigger than spirituality. But you don't understand that. Well, some of you do. If I take you there right now, will you get it? You know, we all came here to work with each other, that is, not to be set apart and loners. We all will not leave here at the same time because of things like sugar, cigarettes, liquor. It will destroy the church. Did you get that? The church, your body. I'm talking about the body. It will destroy it. So it won't be here anymore. Now, most people don't learn every quantified lesson until a minute before physical death. The knowledge is here and you don't want it. You don't even want to talk about it. You don't even want to talk to God. You can ask him anything. How will he be right there and not want to talk to you? He's following you like a shadow. You want things in this world and yet you won't even ask him for it. How do you want something and you've never asked for it? And he is a giving God. Being concrete is how you get them. You need to write things down. Write them down. That etches them like cement. And it makes them more real. You can't just wish for them. You have to ask and say it aloud. And sometimes write it down, whether it's on your vision board or whatever. Me personally, since I have not been disconnected, except for one period in my life, whatever I say, it just comes. It just nearly knocks me over. It just comes because of my observance. That is my observance of him, God, the higher power, 24/7. I talk to him. Yes, I talk to God all the time. I'm sure he wants to tell me shut up so he can talk to somebody else. But he can hear all of us at once. Most of you get dressed up on Sunday to talk to him. Some on Saturday. Or you might wait till somebody's dying and then you have something to say. Well, let me tell you something. When tragedy happens, that's when I don't speak. I speak the least. I already know what's going on. I already been there. I already done that. I've had 6 surgeries in my life. I spoke to him only doing the first. And I said, God, lighten my mother's burden. She is really worried about me right now. I have kept my light shining all the way from the stars. Please, amplify your light. If you don't know how to amplify your light on a one-on-one basis, I can try to explain it, but it's real simple. Turn down the noise. Turn down the noise and distractions in your life. Tune them out. Conversate with your maker more often. Meditate and respect the church. That is your body I'm talking about. Your temple. You came into it for sacred reasons. And you can stop chasing that feeling of euphoria, that remember feeling from the start. Because once you gravitate toward what your soul needs instead of what your ego and your body wants, then you can be powerful beyond belief and successful. Can you imagine the hoods running around with 500 million Russell Simmons and around 500 million Oprah Winfreys? Do the math. That's a whole lot of people, about 1 billion strong souls. Can you count that out in dollars in our pockets? Just because we are from the same light, we may have different wishes. Everybody doesn't want to be rich in that particular way. But some guys may want to be rich as in having a good woman, a good steak, healthy kids, and just a plain good life. Riches entail what you want them to. So picture it. Picture it. What is your satisfaction button? Hit it when the picture is clear to you. And don't forget to include God in the conversation. Now, when I say ghetto, I'm not just talking about brown people, but whether you believe it or not, we are all one race, derived from the same area, just branched off like trees, as the continents divided and shifted. I know that's a little off topic, but all people, red, brown, midnight black, pale, pink, yellow, white, all my people on this planet are suffering because of the ecosystem that us humans have ruined over a period of time, and it goes from bad to worse, but it can be reversed. But there are ghettos in every country, every state, and on every continent. They say 42% of this country's riches may be owned by just 8% of the people. You have a lot to do with that, with whatever is going on in this world. Truly now, especially if you're in the United States. You can vote, you can protest, you can do many things to shut things down. Things that are increasing harm to us and riches for them because it's happening before our eyes. Yet most of you miss that. And as the things that you do hurt you the most, laws, etc., were being put into effect, what had you distracted? I don't even want to know. It doesn't take high IQs to change things. Even if you can't read or write at this moment, you can change the world. Don't you want a better world? Our angels, the powerful ones, and star seeds, you don't even realize you have a 24-hour hotline to them. Just tell your ego, be quiet, and make sure you start existing as one with your soul. I exist as a soul, moving in a human body. Most are determined to be just human and ignore their spiritual selves. This is not hard, like what came first, the chicken or the egg. The soul came before the body did. And if you are like me, as I ran through fields, playing, hair-catching breezes, not until I had arrived did I realize I had been here before. I had no memory of that there. We are ageless, timeless. There are no seasons. There is no time. We are pieces of light from a greater light. I kept saying, why am I here? Why am I here as a small child? I couldn't find my purpose. I had to let my soul stay aware. My human element was breaking. You don't even understand. Sometimes you must be broken in order to heal and become whole again. I had a whole lot of episodes of breaking this entire lifetime. But now as the vessel cracks and the cracks have sealed, you can feel me now. You can feel me now with flowing waters, and I won't spill one drop. Duty is within all of us. Yet everyone does not want to be a soldier. Do you think that I am broken? It affects only me. It affects people around me. It affects love and who loves me. It affects strangers that are watching. It affects people who are trying to heal. It affects people who you encounter, and your lessons mirror their situations. Same jigsaw puzzle, whether you stick it in a corner or whether you stick it in the middle, it's the same. We must place it in the right place to be whole. We look at people and criticize. How are you going to judge? How are you going to judge? Ain't nobody perfect. I said I was well put together. I didn't claim perfection. Only our Creator can claim that. And when you look at people, you see pretty, or pretty plain, or gorgeous, or stunning. I don't know what to try to make of it. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Our souls lived in harmony with our Maker and the angels and the other star seeds and many more beings that you don't even know. And as we are sent here, our Father knows our past, our present, and He knows our future. The parents He has picked for us, our history, the entire lineage, from rumors to truth and lies, and even from our noses, our colorings, our hair color, skin tones. He took it all into consideration before He released us from one flock and led into another. Our Maker knows that the girl with the bushy eyebrows will be teased and that she will make the best invention possible to get rid of them all, and you will line up outside of her shop hoping she gets to thread them eyebrows for you. This in return helps to feed her family and survive. He knows that when He makes a boy with no legs and that his mother is so powerful and brilliant that she will show him no differences between her and the other children, that this would give him the mindset to do anything. Your parents are your parents for a reason. Respect that. Respect them. God picked them for you. Whether they are not what you asked for, just be thankful. The key to all empowerment wealth is to be full of gratitude and constantly say thank you. Yes to your Father and to each being around you. And when I say Father, I mean God, because He created you. Strangers and all, because we truly are strangers. You haven't just turned down the noise in your life enough to hear or witness life's vibrations. I want to tell each of you, reverse your thoughts. Whatever you project and what you say is hidden mirrors, unseen mirrors, and it's bouncing back to you harder than you sent it. Isn't that how bouncing a ball works? So make sure your thoughts and actions are good. If you can't turn to a stranger and smile for no reason or ask them how they are, you don't deserve the goodness you are wishing for. And even though I said for no reason, smiling at them for no reason, it's always a reason. We are brothers, sisters, going through similar experiences, sometimes on different wavelengths. When you look at people, you don't know what they're going through. We all need that measure of love and kindness. Just give it because it's your duty. We look for love, but we are love. You just haven't learned the makings of it because you don't know you. If you were filled with that, you would know it was a fact, and you wouldn't look for it like that. Once you understand the truths, your cup will be constantly filled. I had to look as I do, walk as I walk, talk as I talk, because the way the ego runs this planet, you already had your preconceived notions about me and what type of person I should be, what I should look like, what I should sound like. You know, you people already push people down before they can even get up and stand up correct in your presence. This world is all about the visual. But our world is subliminal. The feelings, the intuition of love. If you could see the true tapestry and the makings of this place, you would lose your mind for real. This is a complicated zone. Greed, egos, noise, making their way. Do you know how powerful it could be? The power of vision and premonition and prophecy? Easily. It's not a gift. It's what 99% of us were gave. Yeah, you don't know how to use it. And good, some of you don't. How many of you will act accordingly if you visualize your husband sneaking out of town with someone and knowing for sure that he impregnated her that month and 9 months later Junior would come? Whoa now. You see, when you act accordingly, it's not as if you desire it. It's the desires of the world upon you. You can have even that if you wanted to. I have never ever once used that to an extension of me in a disrespectful manner. I have hid it from most, because you get tired of hearing, what's the lottery number? What's coming out? Am I going to be rich? Girl, what's going to happen to me? Those things have nothing to do with spirituality. You want to ask me the meaning of life? Then that's a different story. At one point, I saw so many disasters. Then later, as they actually took place, my soul was fine. But my human nature, I couldn't handle it. So I prayed to be released of that power. Never disconnect with something God leaves streaming inside of you. It's okay to have it. He gave it to you. When someone says you aren't normal, let them know. Maybe they aren't. They need to get it together. My found things that I want to leave with you are: when you run like you are crazy, chasing people who pay you no mind or who break with you and want to let you go, learn to let go. Learn to let go. This is all so temporary, so short term. And 9 times out of 10, what happens is that you have recognized a soul that could be family, a lover, or a friend. And you are down here on earth trying to keep it going, but it's not meant to be. So learn to let go because it hinders you. It almost turns to worship and idolatry, and that's wrong because it's not right to idolize anything. And remember, death, it isn't the end. It's the next step up, a transformation to a new existence. Those who worship the body don't even understand. The bodies are temporary. Engage within the soul, because that is connected for a lifetime. You can change the world if you start right now. Right now. You can be blind, crippled, crazy. Nothing is out of reach. All things are within your power. If you don't ask for what you want, how will you receive it? Don't forget to etch it and cement it. But things are here for you. Thank your Creator for giving you life, a destiny, and for the connections around you. And truly, 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 truly be thankful and grateful. Nothing changes if you don't. It would be like a car with no keys. You will remain right there, because ain't nobody going to pull you and make it happen. You'll be stuck. Peacefulness. No understanding, no balance, no state of nirvana, no riches, no foundation, no hope. To stay within your peace, expect anything and be changed by spirituality, but unchanged by the noise. Be love, because you are reflecting back what you are putting out. It will be amplified when it hits you. Exhale. I hope you've been breathing through this, because I love you all. And this is my prayer for you. May you be like redwoods and mountains, historic, like the winds and tides, first turbulent and then you subside. May you be the change that is needed for all. Where you have been, May you heal, never have to crawl. May your passions carry you farther than any beam of light. May peace be forever in your heart tonight. And may your smiles be a magnet and love inside you, your clandestine light. And may you wake up bowing to your Creator. And may you say thank you every minute, every moment, and later. May you feel the world turn in your favor after you've done it. And may you be respectful and gracious at all times. May positivity be multiplied in and throughout. And may you get more than what you expect. May even your worst and broken moments have no regret. May you know God, because he never leaves your side. He is already there. No need to take a ride. May every reflection of you that you wish to criticize, you understand that it's you before your eyes. May you always help another for another breakthrough. May being full of gratitude be your most important thing to be professing. May that you are loved forever be your greatest lesson. May the seas of water running through you bring progress, never regression. Forever I love you, always.